welcome back to our channel. I'm Jamie.
I'm Courtney.
And we are off to a Friendsgiving this afternoon, and we figured we would do a chatty get ready with me to let you guys know more about ourselves and just hang out.
Yeah, so don't mind our faces. We're gonna put makeup on them. We're not gonna look like this the whole time.
This is the before.
Yeah, the after isn't that great either, but it looks a little better than this at least.
And then, just to preface, like, we're not makeup artists, so... Like, our skills might not be, like, amazing. But
this isn't, like, a tutorial or anything.
Yeah, not at all. We just do makeup because we enjoy doing it, not because we think we're, like, the next Jaclyn Hill or Natasha Denona or Pat McGrath or whatever other names I can think of.
Also, check out our little sweaters.
Everybody else is wearing holiday sweaters, so we're repping our 8 nights.
Yeah, because we're, like, the only Jewish ones going, so.
It says, light it up!
And let's get
Friendsgiving tonight is hosted by one of our old coworkers.
Old co-workers?
Well, I don't work
still
there.
a current. Oh, yeah.
For one of us, I don't work there anymore. But, I mean, we're obviously still friends with her.
Yeah. But, yeah, there's gonna be, like, apparently, like, 20 people. Oh, it's, like, snowing right now.
Oh, yeah. Happy December. I look like that.
Start with my eyes.
I'm priming. I'm gonna start with my face, which is why I look like.
So, Jamie and I, we've been friends for, like, a couple years. Since I was, like, 18. 4 years? It's been 4 years
It's been
already.
over like 4 years, right? Because isn't that when we saw like Fall Out Boy-ish?
Yeah, because I was hired at Acme when I was 18.
Alright, so it's been like 3.5 years. Because remember I didn't like you in the beginning?
Yeah.
So
still doesn't like me.
Yeah, we're only doing this for professional appearances. But the reason that I didn't like her is because she had this friend, Heather. We're gonna use code names just to protect.
It's not her real name.
Privacy. I don't know why I would.
But her name's Heather.
And Heather worked where I worked before Courtney came. And me and Heather were friends. She'd always be like, I have this friend Courtney. I don't like her. She's mean. She's dating all the guys that I like. She steals. She robs from the rich. She corrupts the government. And I was like,
I was pretty much the devil.
I was like, Courtney's the worst person I've ever heard of. And I think I met her once. We got like Starbucks. And I was like, I don't want to be with this girl. Like, she is the worst person I've ever heard of. So fast forward like a few months, Heather was dating this guy Greg, but they were both also in long-term relationships, so they weren't cheating on each other. And I guess she was more invested with Greg than he was with her because he had a girlfriend that he was dating for like 4 years. So Heather wrote a note to Greg's girlfriend. It was just like, hey, I'm dating your boyfriend. He's cheating on you. Have a nice day.
But she didn't sign who it was from. She just made it anonymous.
So Greg was at work one day and he came up to me. He's like, do you know about the note? I was like, the note? What note? And he's like, Heather wrote a note to my girlfriend. And I was like, no, she didn't. She wouldn't do that. And Heather texted me and said, Courtney wrote the note. And I was like, it all makes sense. Courtney is the devil after all. And yeah, I literally thought Courtney was like the worst person ever. I mean, I still probably think that, but it is kind of funny because everybody knew about it because we worked in like a gossip central. So Courtney came to work and everybody's like, don't talk to her. She'll write a note about you. And fast forward and now we're actually friends.
Yeah, and like from my side, like this is all that Jamie knew. But from my side of the story, Heather and I were really good friends for like years and years and years. Like years, like over a decade. So, I don't know, in high school, she just became really strange.
Like, on your birthday?
Yeah. So, on my birthday one time, her mom would pick me up to take us to high school. And, so it was my birthday. It was like my 18th birthday, I think. Was it my 18th birthday? Or was it my 16th birthday? It was like a big birthday. I'm pretty sure it was my 18th birthday. So they picked me up in the morning, and I get in the car, and usually they, like, say good morning or, like, acknowledge my existence. But this time they didn't, like, at all. Like, they said nothing. Like, not even hello. So I was like, okay, like, whatever, it's fine. And, like, mind you, I've been friends with these people for, like, over a decade. Like, they know when my birthday is.
It's also, like, they were family friends, too. Like, you know when you have friends that are that close that their parents are, like, your parents?
Yeah.
So, like,
so that was,
the
like,
mom also knew it was her birthday.
Yeah. So, so I was just like, oh, maybe they're just tired.
There's like a foundation on my sweater.
Where? Oh, my God. It's already a disaster.
Okay.
So I was like, oh, maybe they just, like, forgot. Now she's dropping stuff. like no big deal. And I shared a locker with Heather. It was my locker. She shared my locker with me. And so we get to school, and I had a boyfriend at the time. I'll just call him
Dave.
Dave. Whatever. So Dave came in my locker, and he was like, "Oh, happy birthday!" and brought me like all these gifts and stuff. And everyone pretty much like gathered around our locker. Like our friend group would like gather around my locker and like hang out and talk. And everyone just kept saying happy birthday, because you know it was my birthday. And so Heather still never said anything the whole time. She just kind of stood there and like watched. And then I would go up to her house after school every day and like hang out just for a little bit because we took the bus together. So we went to her house after school. The whole day, still never said anything. Like, we had normal conversations, but it was never, like, brought up that it was my birthday or anything. And, like, I'm not gonna bring it up, hey, it's my birthday, because you should know. Like, you've been friends with me for 13 years, you know it's my birthday. And, anyway, so we went to her house after school, still nothing. Like, it was just another day. So then I go home, I take a nap, and, like, 7 o'clock rolls around, and I get a text message that said, happy birthday, with a period at the end.
She obviously is a big
Heather.
fan of The Office.
From Heather. And I was like, thanks for
like, what do you do when your best friend doesn't acknowledge your birthday when you're with them all day? See, like, sorry, I was like overwhelmed. Like, not even that. It was just like, happy birthday.
So it's like, and then she would get really, really jealous of, like, really weird things. Like, I think she was jealous that I was getting attention because it was my birthday.
She also would tell me she was jealous when Courtney had a boyfriend and she didn't.
Yeah. So, like, that was a thing. And then, like, I was able to curl my hair, but she had, like, really poor hair because she would, like, she just ruined her hair. And she was never able to curl it.
So she was jealous of that, too.
So she was jealous of the fact that I could curl my hair and she couldn't.
But in hindsight, like, thanks, Heather, we're best friends now, so...
Yeah, and then I was at her house after school one day when she was on the computer writing this letter to Greg's girlfriend. And she was like, hey, can you come over here and, like, read this? No. Sure, whatever. I thought it was, like, homework or something that she was doing. But, I read this letter and I was like...
It wasn't homework, it was home wrecking.
Yeah. Good one.
Thanks! Sorry.
So I, like, read it and I was like... what is this? She's like, oh, I'm writing it to, like, Greg's girlfriend. I was like, you're gonna send this to her? And I was like, how are you gonna send this to her? She's like, I looked up her address. So she literally sent it, and I was like, don't involve me. Like, I don't care. This is your problem, not mine. Do what you want. You're a grown woman, even though we weren't grown women at this point.
But, like, you're not a child.
We were old enough to know better.
Exactly.
I don't know, she was still pretending to be, like, my best friend this whole time. So I didn't think anything of it. So then apparently... Greg told the cops that Heather was harassing him. So Heather brought me to the police station with her to talk to the cops and defend herself. And the cops were basically like, well, we didn't really care about what he said. It's not like he had any proof or anything to back it up. He was just like, oh, this girl's harassing me. So like, Heather was apparently texting Greg through her mom's cell phone.
Mm-hmm.
Even though Greg had her mom's number saved in his phone, he was like, no, like, I know this is your mom's number. It's not Courtney.
So, yeah, that's the...
So then everyone realized that I wasn't as terrible as Heather made me seem to be.
So do you guys have any fun holiday plans? This holiday season, I have the house to myself, so she's basically going to be living with me. Mm-hmm. Which is fun because we like to grocery shop together. We're basically a couple, but not a couple because we go grocery shopping together every Sunday.
And it's awesome.
So we'll hang out, me, her, my cat, and like it's great because I usually work like 11-hour days, so I'll have someone to take care of my cat when I'm at the hospital.
And so my semester ends on Wednesday, and I'm going to Florida
for the first time.
Yeah, I'm going to Disney World for the first time in my life with my friend Taryn. It's be like 73 degrees and like to 80 degrees and sunny.
Yeah.
I'm staying in Melbourne, Florida.
And she
contrary to Australia.
And she put it on like Snapchat, and 3 of my friends texted me. They're like, Courtney's going to Australia. And I was like, no. She just wants to seem really cool.
Yeah. Wish that's like one of the places that I really want to go to.
So if you can go to any places, like 5 places in the world, where would you go?
Australia.
Okay.
Greece. Never been to Israel yet, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
So that's on the list.
Still too much
London.
places. Okay, one more.
Tokyo.
Ooh, I think I'd come to all those places with you.
What are 5 places you want to go to?
Well, definitely Italy. I've always thought about Australia, but fun fact, I am terrified of spiders, which is like kind of like not that big of a deal, but crocodiles. I think we mentioned this.
Alligators and crocodiles.
Like, I used to have like dreams. Like, I pretty much have a dream like once every 2 months that like an alligator is gonna eat me, and like it haunts me. And I went to the zoo with my friend, and I had her hold my hand as we went to the crocodiles. And mind you, I'm like 25 years old.
When was
like,
that?
When
I don't think there's any animal that I'm actually afraid of.
humans.
Yeah, that's like the only thing. Like,
Really though?
Yeah, I've never. Like sharks, okay, but how often am I around a shark?
See, I think sharks, like, I would go cage diving with a great white shark.
wouldn't. I just like have a fear of being like
eaten by a shark.
Like, I think people have this fear of like open water, like in a pool. Like if I'm in a pool,
you just like don't
I have
know
like
what's
an
there.
irrational fear that a shark's gonna eat me in a pool.
I feel like all the big YouTubers are kind of doing similar videos, which I understand because if they all get the same PR, like they're excited to use it, which I have no problem with that. But at the same time, like, I want to hear diversity. And I like when they're like honest. Like, if the shade range in the foundation is trash, tell me it's trash. Don't be like, oh, it works for my skin tone.
Yeah, like even though I use the LA Colors foundation, which is really nice, they don't even have a color for her skin tone, let alone somebody darker than Jackie Aina. So they really need to work on that.
So what's your New Year's resolution?
Like I don't know, what's the point of having them, because like I never stick to them.
Hey, I think I worked out more this year than last. I mean, that doesn't really say much. I don't think I worked out at all last year, but I worked out more this year.
Did you?
Yeah. Especially now that we like actually joined a gym.
Yeah, that's true.
But I think mine is actually one of the YouTubers that I watch is Andrea Matalano. Her New Year's resolution last year was to read 17 books in 2017.
Okay, well,
and I really liked that, and I
am gonna read more books. I bought like 40 million books in the past like 2 months that I really have to read.
So if you guys have any good book recommendations, please leave them down below because I am on the hunt. I bought a book recently about Beyonce because she's my girl, and it was like how she affects feminism and racial views. But like that's cool, but I also kind of realized my obsession with Beyonce is a little overboard. That book's cool, and like I recently got a poetry book by Jesse Cale, who's someone we're obsessed with, and we basically saved his cat. So
you're welcome, mine'll be Jesse. Her one day. Very excited.
But I also was talking to one of my coworkers about like we were discussing like Native American tribes and like the African tribes, and I always think that's fascinating. So I might pick out a book on some of them. And then there was a book I read in 8th grade. Well, I read a chapter of in 8th grade called. It was by Howard Zinn, and it was A People's History of the United States. And we read a chapter on Columbus, and that was the first time I realized, like, who Columbus really was.
A bunch of books recently. I bought a book on a mortician who pretty much traveled the world and, like, observed different cultures and countries' funerary practices.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, you told me that.
Yeah. So I started reading, like, a couple pages of it.
Do you like it so far?
Mm-hmm. It's pretty cool. And then I bought heavy metal / rock encyclopedia. Because,
yeah, we're big music people, if you couldn't tell.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't know this, but I was raised as a metalhead and will always forever be a metalhead.
My mom is like, she really likes classic rock music. We were actually talking about like getting a record player because she has all her old records, so I definitely grew up with that, but I also think that I found my own like taste in music, so.
Yeah, I pretty much like everything except for country.
Your BoxyCharm yet?
No, not yet. They don't ship until like the 10th.
Oh, I guess everybody gets it early so they can do videos on it.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure there's a Tarte mascara in it.
There is. I was very excited about that. I watched, was it Kendall outfit or Kelsey Alfred?
Kendall. She did hers the other day.
Yeah, I watched that.
I recently signed up for the Allure beauty box because we want to do unboxings, but we make sure like we're not getting the same box so we can diversify the products. And I think this month's is curated by Jaclyn Hill.
Oh,
and
really?
I heard there's a champagne pop in it.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's pretty cool.
I'm a little excited. So we're about to head out and go enjoy some turkey and wine.
Just turkey and wine, nothing else.
Nothing else. So if you enjoyed getting to know us better, don't forget to leave this video a thumbs up and subscribe below for more content from us. We're posting every Wednesday and maybe an occasional bonus video.
Alright, yeah. So thanks for getting ready with us, guys.
See you later.